with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this first segment. So, the Bears, as we know, they have a lot of problems, and primarily their problems is on the offensive side of the field. And I always say this. I say the same thing with the Jets, and I usually say the same thing with the Bears. It's illegal for the Bears to have a really good quarterback. That's usually what the case is, but here it's a little bit different, right? Because the Bears, they just used their draft pick on Caleb Williams, and think what you want with Caleb Williams painting his nails, whatever it is whether or not you like him, whether you don't like him. He had talent, especially in college. Now, I will admit he might be a little bit cocky because in the beginning of the season, I remember Caleb's telling his punter that he's not going to have to punt much, and here we are in just past week 10. And the Bears already have more punting yards than they do passing yards, which is really, really bad. Like, that is bad. And not only that, the Bears recently were only able to put up 3 points against the Patriots. Now, the Patriots are 3-7, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Not as bad as the Giants, but still pretty bad. And they were only able to muster up 3 points. Caleb Williams went 16 for 30 on completions. Threw for 120 yards, which is pitiful, and he did not throw a single passing touchdown in this game. There were no rushing touchdowns in this game either for the Bears. It was just one field goal to show for it, and that's it. That is horrible. And the rest of the staff knew that this was horrible, which is why we just got news that Shane Waldron is out after, and he has been fired after just 9 games as the Bears' offensive coordinator. And they're going to replace him with Thomas Brown, according to Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network. Now, earlier I had a talk with one of the Seahawks fans that I'm friends with, and he himself has no idea why Waldron was still an offensive coordinator in the NFL. In his opinion, because he used to be the coordinator for the Seahawks. In his opinion, he was one of the worst offensive coordinators and is one of the worst offensive coordinators in the entirety of the NFL. And that really just goes to show you, like, just how bad, like, how much more work that this Bears team needs to do. I mean, it's no coincidence to me, at least, that when Justin Fields left and joined the Steelers, he was all of a sudden playing so much better on the Steelers as opposed to how he was playing on the Bears. And, like, a lot of it does have to do with the coaching. Now, I don't think Justin Fields is a good quarterback per se because, like, I mean, he has his own problems with accuracy and being able to throw the ball deep. He is a great quarterback on the ground, yes, but he does have several other problems. But it's like a big problem is the coaching. And the way that Justin Fields was playing while he was still the starter for Pittsburgh, I mean, Russell Wilson is just being Russell Wilson, and he's just showing everybody that he's no longer washed out of nowhere, right? But Justin Fields, while he wasn't that good, like, with the Bears, he was very, very solid with the Steelers. And, again, solid. Obviously, the difference between Wilson and Justin Fields is that Wilson has yet to lose a game with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, Fields was able to lose a couple of games. But still, I believe he went, like, I want to say 4-2, maybe 4-3 as the starter for Pittsburgh. And it's not all that bad. Like, that is really not a bad, considering, what it was on Chicago. Like, that's a huge improvement. So, Brown, he previously had the title of offensive passing game coordinator, which, judging by the Bears and their passing game, has not been that good. But now he's going to take over Waldron's responsibility to call the Bears' offensive plays. And something, obviously, it had to change in Chicago. And I feel like this move is a start to good things in the future. Like, a lot of people, even when Justin Fields was on Chicago, a lot of people really blamed the coaching staff as the main reason why they weren't all that good. I don't know what they saw in Justin Fields, but they really thought that Justin Fields was the answer. And I personally think they have a better pick in Caleb Williams right now. And even now, Caleb Williams is still struggling with this team. Now, he is a rookie, but again, when we look at other rookie quarterbacks and how they've been playing so far, it's a little bit of a letdown, right? Because again, number one pick in the draft, it's like you're supposed to be like this. You're supposed to be good, but it's like, things happen. But again, the Bears, they just have so much problems. I don't expect them to turn into a contending team overnight with a new coaching staff. As much as talented as the roster is, I just don't see that happening. I feel like it's a process, and it's like you need to, not to quote Philly and Joel Embiid, you have to sort of trust this process. And obviously, something had to be changed. Now, Caleb Williams has been rather disappointing as the first overall pick and one of the more popular rookies in the NFL right now. Not counting Jaden Daniels. He played, this was probably, his worst game. I mean, going 16 for 30, no touchdowns, but luckily he didn't throw an interception. This was a really, really bad game. And he also lost 51 passing yards on 9 sacks, which was a problem with Justin Fields as well. I don't know what it is, but it's like these Bears quarterbacks, they really love to take a lot of sacks. I don't understand what that is. And this is essentially just an average of 1.8 yards on 39 dropbacks, which is abysmal. It's so bad. That's Daniel Jones level bad. And when you're Daniel Jones level bad, it means you're one of the worst. And it's really unacceptable. It's a really unacceptable number for any offense in the NFL. Now, whether Brown can get Williams back on track, it still remains to be seen. But head coach Matt Eberflus, forgive me if I messed up that last name, obviously he knows that if he doesn't show any progress with Williams this year, someone else is going to be coaching Williams and the Bears next year. So it's like right now everybody on the offensive side of coaching, as well as the head coach, is in danger of getting fired. The defense, I don't really see a problem with the Bears and their defense, honestly. I feel like you keep a lot of the defensive coordinators on Chicago, but the offensive side of the football, you're going to have to make amends and you're going to have to make some changes. And Chicago has 8 more games and probably needs to win at least 5 of them in order to save Eberflus's job. I don't expect Eberflus to keep his job at the end of the season. I don't expect the Bears to win that many games in the rest of the season. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at their schedule and who they play in the future. So, they play the Packers. They're going to get owned because, the Packers own the Bears. That's just what it happens. Then they're going to play the Vikings. They're probably going to win out, even though Sam Darnold isn't really playing all that good. Then they're going to play the Lions. The Lions should easily beat them. Then they're going to play the Niners. The Niners should easily beat them as well. They play the Vikings again. Vikings should get another win, especially playing at home. Then the Lions play them, but this time in Chicago, I expect the Lions to easily beat them. The Seahawks, they're just as mediocre, at least as of right now, as the Bears, but still, I have my faith in the Seahawks. And then finally, to end the season off, the Bears are going to have to face off the Packers in January. And, of course, the Packers are going to win. That's just a thing that they do. That's just what happens. The Bears, they just simply cannot beat the Packers. So there's going to be a guarantee of 2 losses coming in from the Bears, in my opinion. And, I mean, those 2 losses could honestly come in within the next 2 weeks, the way that things are looking. I mean, I don't see the Vikings beating them. I don't see the Bears beating the Vikings, and I really don't see the Bears beating the Lions, especially when the Lions are playing at home. So I don't expect the head coach to retain his job after this season. If I was the Bears, I would fire them all now, aside from the defense. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. So that's going to conclude this first segment. And so now we're going to go ahead and shift our focus to the NBA because the in-season tournament is going to start tonight. So we're going to talk about that right after this short break. So be sure to stay tuned if you guys are interested. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I
wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift. Oh,
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the